Hey, it's Berta J, and you're back in my kitchen with me today. Together we're gonna make what I call, and what is called, farm-style green beans. The first thing you're gonna do is weigh out 10 ounces of green beans. I use fresh green beans, or you can use a pound. I use 10 ounces. You can use a pound. Between those two, okay, would be perfectly fine. It should be 2 cups also. And then you're going to wash them, cut the tips off. You don't need to eat those. Cut them into bite-sized pieces, I would call them. They're about an inch. You're gonna put them into a steamer. That's what I did. But if you wanna do boiled water, you could do that. But I used a steamer and I steamed them for 7 minutes. Once the timer went off, I put them in a cold bath of ice water. Don't leave them in there very, very long because you want your green beans to stay green. I like them a bit, not like mushy, but more with a crunch, okay? And then the color will remain. You're gonna set that bowl with the ice water aside. The next thing you're gonna do, take tomatoes, and I used Campari tomatoes. I think I'm saying it right, by Sunset. They're kind of small. I would say that's about 2 inches across. And I use 4 of these. What you're going to end up doing when you cut them, you wash these as well. Cut them in half, then you're going to cut the halves in half. And it should make a cup of chopped tomatoes. And I use these. I believe that plum tomatoes, you probably could do 3 of those. And then just any regular tomato that you have in your garden, as long as you come up with a cup, you'll be good. So that's what I used. And then you're going to use an onion. If you call this a large onion, this is the size onion I used. So I would say that's a small onion. You cut this size onion in half, and you're gonna chop that up. You're gonna set that aside. The last thing you're gonna use is, I really like these. These are very good. They're called mini sweet peppers. And you can usually buy either a 1 pound, 2 pound, or 5 pound, I've seen too. And they're very small. They come about this size. This one is probably the biggest you'll find. And then this one is maybe a medium, and sometimes they even come smaller than this, but they're sweet. They're really good. What I did is I used 2 of them, and I used a yellow one and an orange one. And I chopped those up too, set those aside. So now you're ready to start cooking this conglomeration of things, okay? And what you're gonna do is go to your stove and you're gonna put 1/4 of a cup of water. So you're gonna find a saucepan. I used a cast iron pot. You can use that, or whatever pot you have, whatever saucepan you have. And I put in 1/4 of a cup of water, and into that water I put a 1/2 teaspoon of my veggie broth. If you already have veggie broth, use about 1/4 of a cup of it. Put it in, bring it to the boil, and then put in your onion and your chopped up onion and your chopped peppers. Put the lid on and let it just really start to cook for 2 minutes. Then once you've done that, take the lid off, and then you're going to pour in a whole teaspoon of Italian spices or Italian blend of spices, and you're going to dump in your tomatoes. Now the tomatoes are going to break down and then start to cook. And it's going to put the lid back on, and then it's going to start to cook very, very well. And you bubble it, let it bubble at about I would say a medium-low heat, and let it cook really well. It will start to turn into, I don't know what to call it. It's like kind of mushy looking. But the tomatoes have broken down, the onions are soft, and the peppers are soft. You're ready now to put everything together. You're going to first drain your green beans because you don't want all that the ice water mix in there. Put the mixture of tomato, onion, and peppers that you made with the veggie broth. You're going to put that on top of it. You're going to stir that up really well. And once you've done that, you're going to sift on the top. If you use salt, I found that you need about a 1/2 teaspoon, that's it. For all of that vegetable, you're going to need about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So you put that on, stir that up really well, and when you do, this is the mixture that you will have. And I tell you, this is really good. And what I made is many of you may recognize them already, is I eat sweet potatoes all the time. So I'm going to put them on the plate with sweet potatoes. This would be a lunch for me, maybe even with a small salad. There's another option that you could have. I found this recipe and I started using it a few years ago, and it's called coconut bacon. I have another bacon recipe, but I really like this on these. And so you just take like a little handful and you can just drop them right across the top. Because if you look at a lot of the farm style green beans in just a normal cookbook, they usually cook it with bacon. And I wanted to try something to see if I could do it. If you want this recipe for coconut bacon, I'll do a video of it. But just let me know, because if you don't want it, then what's the point, right? But this is it. This is your farm style green beans with your sweet potato slices, which is, as I said, another video. So I hope you will try this. I want to bring you lots of vegetable things, because now spring is coming and the gardens are going to be growing, and you're going to have all this flourishing gardens with all these different vegetables. I want you to be able to cook them some kind of a way that's different maybe than what you're used to. Okay? So I hope you'll enjoy this. You'll try this recipe of the farm style green beans, because it really is delicious. But you don't know that. I need to give it a taste. Now this is not hot, but I'll just try it. It really is good. I grew up on a small farm and I always loved green beans. My mom used to can them. And if there wasn't any other vegetable around, we always had green beans. These are good. As I said before, though, if you like your green beans a little mushy, cook them a little bit longer, but I like them a green with a little bit of a crunch. Okay? So that's it for today. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the gray bell so that every time I make a new video and it's uploaded, you will get the notice. All right? So you guys, until next time, don't forget to keep watching, because I have lots of things that I want to share with you. Till next time, bye for now.